Hello dear students, hope you all are safe at home. Today we will continue with our sixth chapter of history, the Mughal Empire 1, and today we will do Akbar's administration. So, Akbar was not only a great empire builder but also a great administrator, and his administration saw the mixture of the Indian system and some ideas which the Mughal borrowed from Central Asia and Persia. This all I will explain you in detail in next slides. Administration. So one of the significant contribution of Akbar's reign was the establishment of an efficient administrative system. So first, that Akbar gave the Mughal India one official language, Persian, a uniform administrative system, and a coinage and a common system of weights and measures. And his administrative system can be grouped under two heads. First is central administration, and second one is provincial administration. So today we will do only central administration. So Akbar's system of central administration was a combination of Persian, Central Asian and Indian traditions. And its working and other details are mentioned in the literary work written by Abul Fazl in Aine Akbari. So to join all the provinces in the vast empire into a small unit, a central government was set up. So provinces, you can say that uh, the whole empire was divided into small parts, that is called provinces. So to join all provinces in the vast empire into a small unit, a small central government was set up. And the emperor was extremely powerful. His decision on all mattered the most, for example, military politics. Means his word was law, and he was the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. It means that he is so powerful that whatever he say, it should be followed. He was assisted by a team of ministers and officials. And whatever the promotion and dismissal means, whatever the entry or who will grow or किसको निकाला जाएगा, was the sole right of the emperor only. And the success of the system was depended largely on the personality and his wisdom to choose the correct person for the correct job. Next one in that central administration is Mansabdari system. This term means holding a particular rank in the administration. So you can call it a rank of dignity. The Mughal administration was essentially a military one. Under this system, every official was given a rank according to their nature of job. Those who joined Mughal service were enrolled as Mansabdars and were given a rank known as Mansab. Each rank was further divided into two, Jat and Sawar. Jat rank means the personal status and salary due to him, and Sawar rank indicated the number of cavalrymen. Cavalry means soldiers who fought on horseback. So, Sawars a Mansabdar required to maintain. And the lowest rank, that of an officer in charge of 10 horsemen, means जो सबसे छोटी पोस्ट होगी वो उसके पास 10 horse होंगे or 10 horsemen are under him. And the highest rank was that of an officer in charge of 7,000 horsemen. And the Mansabdar were appointed, promoted and dismissed. ये सब कौन करेगा? That all work done by was done by कौन करता था? By the emperor only. And Mansab or rank was not hereditary. First means एक बार अगर कोई लग गया तो ऐसा नहीं है कि उसका son will be the next Mansab. So this is not hereditary. After the death, the Jagirs reverted to the king. वो जागीर वापस किसके पास चली जाएगी? King के पास, who granted it to someone else. Now he will give to someone else. So next is some military reforms, army, or you can say the reforms done by Akbar. So the system of branding horses and maintaining a descriptive role of soldier was adopted by Akbar. Akbar also adopted a standing army, means a permanent army of paid soldiers, and the cavalry was the most important branch of the Mughal troops. Cavalry, I already told you, soldiers who fought on horseback. So it is the important branch of the Mughal troops, means armed forces. And the troops were mainly supplied by the mansabdars. उसको कौन अपॉइंट करता था? They were appointed by the mansabdars. The emperor also maintained a battalion of royal and trusted soldiers. Battalion means a large body of troops ready for battle. So the emperor maintained a battalion of royal and trusted soldiers. He also maintained a corps of royal bodyguard. Corps means a branch of army assigned to a particular kind of work. Means there are different types of work. So corps is a branch of one type of army. He also maintained a corps of royal bodyguard and a large number of war elephants and a well organized artillery. Artillery is a type of gun. We did in that Sher Shah Suri and all these Babar's chapter. Next and the last one is the official. His council of minister was composed of. So I told you in the earlier part that emperor ruled with the help of the officials headed by the emperor himself. So it is divided into parts. The wazir or diwan, he was the head of the revenue department. He was responsible for all income and expenditure and held control over Khalisa, Jagir and Inam lands. These are different types of lands. Like Khalisa is, you can take it for religious. Jagir is also land. Inam is a gifted land. So the Mir Bakshi, he was the head of the military department and the paymaster of all the mansabdars. Then we have the Qazi. He was the chief judge and the chief sardar and the supervisor of the royal household. Then the last one is the Wakil or prime minister. He did not exercise any effective authority. इसके पास कोई ज़्यादा काम नहीं होता था. He was only the ceremonial head. Means जो functions होते थे उनका head हुआ करता था. And in this official, you can say that the emperor used to hold meetings with his officers. उसकी अपने officers के साथ meeting होती थी and there was a different special place for that. That is called as Diwane Khas. And he was easily available to his people. So and he could appear, वो वहां पे दिखता था and that is called in the balcony of his palace and give his glimpse, which is known as Jharokha darshan to the people, and he would meet his people in Divane Am of his palace where he would listen to their petitions. So there are two palaces there is two places in their palace. One is for his officer, that is called Diwane Khas, and the other is for the common people, that is Diwane Am, and he gave a glimpse of his, so that is called Jharokha Darshan. So this is all for all central administration. Hope you enjoyed the session. Till then, read the related pages. Thank you and have a nice day.